Mhm.
But I was like, should I have stayed in the front? It was like kind of like that moment where I'm like, I'm not sure what I should be doing
Mhm. Mhm.
from here. Like it was
Okay.
on a path, and there's like that one that like left side. I don't usually take it, so in this game I tried that, but I wasn't sure if I should have done that. Like, should I have followed
Yep.
my team on the right side, or should I have like taken the left side? But I couldn't find anything on the left. I'm like, oh, I didn't
Mm.
even
Mhm.
know it was here, so I'm
Okay.
not sure.
Yeah, I think it depends. Depends on the situation, really. We can take a look. You
Hmm.
can send me. Oh well. Do you? If you have, let me see. Oh, you have the replay saved in the document. Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
Let's start with that. Okay, so. Mm, mm, mm,
I think
mm,
this game was a draw, so I thought it was really good.
mm, mm.
As in things to learn from, because I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. So the first point, especially the attack, I think it kind of both suitable for the Maker and Tracer. It's just really depends on your composition.
Hmm.
If you have more dive-oriented team, Tracer might be slightly better. If you have more poke-oriented long-range team, Widowmaker can work quite good. You, to me, is just have a little bit more advantage uh, because of the longer sidelines and there's more verticality. You have more advantage on Widowmaker. As a Tracer, you definitely have to take much more time to set up and go
Hmm.
up, go up all the way left, maybe try to contest this high ground or try to leverage the point. It's also possible to kind of bait an enemy to push you. So yeah, I think Widowmaker pick makes sense. Mm. So what's your initial approach? What are you looking to do at the start here? What
I
kind of
think at the
position?
yeah, at the start, I do grapple up top there, the thing right there, and I wanted to see if I can get someone there.
Mm-hmm.
I felt that usually there's someone there.
Yeah,
I do get someone, but
this is good.
they rest. But now they know I'm there, so I was like, okay, maybe I should just go here instead.
Yeah, I
That was
think
my
this is
thought
good.
process.
Yeah, this is
Um,
this is good. They're kind of not exactly expecting you there. Like at least use a sniper. They kind of expect
mm-hmm,
you on the same angle. I think the only one thing to think about though, once we get a pick, so it's
mm-hmm,
just a little bit back here. So you 45 seconds in. I mean, you're 15 seconds in. That is the moment when you can look at the enemy composition. So just in the 3 seconds, that is something to aim for. Kind of when we're starting the fight, getting a little bit
mm-hmm,
more information. Remember, we talked about all the spam usage, or maybe we talked about the movement of the trace. It's just if you get an information, you can already know what you might do on the field based on that. So you basically see this timer here, you can press tab and know their composition already. And just in case, if you see the mercy, maybe you will have more chances to like disable that. It's not necessarily that you can, yeah, but at least you kind of prepare yourself already, like at this specific moment. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
that's what I'm saying. Yep. Does it make
Okay,
sense?
so
Hmm.
so early on in the fight, once because yeah, I knew there was gonna be Ash and Soldier, but didn't
Mm.
know there was Mercy. Did you say at the beginning? It's like a certain time where I could see you.
Yeah, yeah. When you 15 seconds in the game, you can
Oh,
press tab and already see their composition. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah. So you get a little bit more information. That is kind of your first
oh,
step in the scouting.
oh, okay. I didn't know it was 15 seconds.
Hmm.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, this is something you can use to your advantage for sure. Okay, so now we went in. Notice the ash up there. You have to disengage. That makes sense. Mm-hmm. I think the ash should die here. Like at
Yeah,
least there's a high chance. Okay.
yeah. Then I think this is where I get confused. I'm like, should I go here? I'm like, no, I shouldn't. I should go back.
What do you think?
Um, I think if I grappled, I would lose my grapple, and then they can jump
Yeah.
on me easily. So I'm like, oh, I shouldn't go here. There's like some hesitation
hmm hmm But
until
those are two different parts. So it's kind of, do we use the
yeah.
grapple, and where are we gonna be? Yeah. So are we gonna fight in this area? That's the first
Mm.
year, and when we using the grapple as well. So what do you think? Like, is it okay for you to stay here?
Um, Currently, I can't see anyone. I don't see anyone, so I feel like I shouldn't be there. But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, everyone is so scattered.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is the part where I honestly don't know where I should be. I
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
thought about it, but I think I do end up rotating back to the right, but I do get picked off anyway because I think they expect me to be there.
Right. Right. So
Yeah.
you kind of at this point think, should we go this way, or should we continue staying at this position?
Yeah.
Right.
That but like looking at it, going back to the right takes a long time.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I think
Yeah.
you're fighting for the objective. You're fighting
Hmm.
for those positions, those high grounds. So your first idea is to just make sure you, yeah, let's just call those, you can control disadvantageous positions first. You can go up there, stay with the grapple, maybe look for grapple shot first, then drop, and then you have good sidelines, so it's fine. You
Hmm.
don't have to use the grapple right away. Yeah, that is the second part. When do you use the grapple? When do you actually go up? So what is the best time for you to go up here?
Oh, actually looking at it, I do know they're fighting there. I could have just walked up the stairs.
Yeah, yeah,
Maybe?
yeah. I think
Yeah.
kind of.
Oh, because then like there's like no one there. I don't see anyone, and I can hear them fighting on the right side.
Yeah. Exactly. Again, using your tank as the main source of distraction. You
Yeah.
know, if your tank is actively fighting, usually it's a signal for you to be more active. Yeah, that is the moment when you can move somewhere.
Um.
Maybe even use the grapple if you're sure you not gonna need it, but definitely move
Yeah.
in, and you still can use the space because
Yeah.
you have good sightlines on everything.
Yeah. I think I could have done that. Maybe even pick off the Ash who was low there, like chase her.
Yeah, yeah. It's just kind of back to our first lessons. We talked
Mm.
about how you take an off angle, but make sure you do it at the right time. Your tank is in, and then you're fighting. Here, the specifics of off angles is just you want to control those advantageous positions. I usually like to we used that term with you before. Power positions. Do you remember what
Yeah.
that term means?
Our position. That like our strongest position during.
Yeah, yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's just
'Cause-
what that means exactly. It's usually the power position. It allows you to easily control the objective, the card,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
you have multiple options. You can set up multiple angles of pressure from there. So, from here, if we at this high ground or on the left high ground, we can always drop this way, this way, this way, or this way. There are a lot of options, basically. Yeah? So
Mhm.
that is something you can look to control whenever you look into fight. Yeah?
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
going up here a lot of times is good. It's just you could have done this as well. That is even better, I think, because it's more
Yeah.
predictable.
And I can see more because I do have an issue being there. I find sometimes if they know I'm gonna be there, they pressure me more. I find,
Yeah, yeah.
but I
There's.
don't. Oh, I was gonna say I don't usually see Widow pop up on that random side over there. It was just
Yeah.
it's kind of.
Yeah, that is true. If you have time, I think go for that
Mhm.
rotation for sure. You did have time, so that was good. Here, you just kind of your tank is out of the fight already. Your tank just died,
Mhm.
so you have to be careful. I think at this point of time, you have to disengage when this happens. Yep. You look for grapple shots, so you have to go out. Maybe
Mhm.
try to jump here first, or instantly go towards the pass because nobody's distracting yet. Kind of, we're trying to give up some of the space. Yeah, we did try to jump off that icon. It's just probably we should do that a little bit earlier because nobody is distracting.
Mhm. So taking more advantages of like those kind of angles when the tank is being
Yes, exactly,
yeah,
exactly.
I gotta keep that more in mind when doing those things. I think that was like one of the reasons I hesitate. So like, should I go there or should I
Mm-hmm.
not?
Mm-hmm.
But I think if I see the tank distracting, I should just do it.
Exactly, exactly. See
Okay.
what happens now. The attention of the soldier most likely gonna be on you if you engage first. If you kind of peek out first. The ideal way for us is to just wait for the tank's pressure and peek out right after in 0.5
Yeah.
seconds maybe.
Yeah.
That's it. Kind of just making sure initial
Yeah.
tension is not on us.
So like the same thing with Tracer when we did the Tracer mm,
Yeah,
like lesson.
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
I'll, I keep that in mind when playing Widow.
Yeah.
Because I've been trying to do those funny flanks behind. Like if I
This is good.
the timing.
This is good too. If you really combine it with good timing, it's nice. I think a lot of our lessons have been focusing on ankle control, so that makes sense. Now, if you're comfortable with ankle control, you can kind of focus on timing a little bit more, and then maybe go back to ankle control again.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So,
and I think this is when I switch to Tracer now.
yeah. See, now your tank is in, your tank is distracted, now your tank is a... Well, he's not on this high ground anymore. The enemy team, they dropped 2. Hmm. There's a soldier ultimate, actually, and then... Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I try to wait it out.
That's okay. If you cannot find anybody else, like, for example, here, if you know, well, the soldier is at this angle, maybe you can
Hmm.
get somehow to pressure somebody else. Maybe they're around this corner, maybe they're around this corner here on the top. You can go here, but yeah, it's just
Hmm. Should I
some.
have like have gone like back in the hall while he's ulting? Because I know he was ulting
Yeah.
and
What do you
there's like
think?
many ults.
If you're looking at the situation, remember the first thing we mentioned is kind of scouting, get information, right? So
Hmm.
this is when you know what is happening. Well, realistically, you can get a lot of information even before you picking out, because of the sounds,
Hmm.
because you hear a lot of things.
Hmm.
So based on all of this, maybe you hear the bop, you heard the Mercy ultimate, you see these guys there. So what your response should be?
Um, I feel like if I went out there, I would be immediately dead. That's what I, because there's like many ults going on, so I felt like I
Yeah,
should have like backed off and
yeah,
then wait for it.
yeah. I think you definitely
Um,
have to, uh, you have to wait it out. Maybe play defensive. It's just a matter of what do you do after. How do you go on the enemy team after, and what
okay.
position allows you to do so in the best way.
Yeah, because I do know like Soldier does go there because I think I heard or seen it. So I do go that way, but maybe I could have been there earlier. I'm
Yeah,
not sure.
yeah. What do
Because
you
if I
think?
were,
If you earlier, so at this position, what are we really gonna be able to engage? What we
um,
really can close the gap with once this all over?
no one currently.
No,
Maybe more, but I feel like she
maybe.
goes somewhere else. But
Yeah,
they could see me. It would be
yeah,
easier to pick on if I were to drop down. So my brain thinks I should go back to the hall where there's like cover and the health pack there. 'Cause I've been
Exactly.
thinking about.
Yeah, exactly. Moira, you
Um.
can expect her to be supporting the certain groups, and those groups are Soldier, Mercy, this group up there with Ash, so she most likely will not be any close to you, and your idea is to close the gap. So
Okay.
going on a yellow arrow here
Mhm.
is really nice. You well, getting closer to the enemy, even
Mhm.
though there are a lot of ultimates, you're still setting up. Yeah, it's kind of scout, set up later, scout, set up later, and you're fighting for the power positions too. It's just power positions where it's easier for you to fight because there's nothing to fight. Yeah,
Yeah.
all of them are dropped, so you're trying to fight for this one. Still, you're trying to
Mhm.
fight for another one. Okay. Does
Okay.
all of it make sense? Or?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
And once I have the info, I should think of what my next plan is
Exactly.
quicker. It came to me eventually.
Mhm.
Cause yeah, I think all I do is here like shoot and I'm like, oh wait, I should go here.
Yeah, ideally it just would be done earlier. Maybe you do it earlier, and then you get more blinks. But overall, this is good. Still, eventually made this decision to go and contest this
Mhm.
top right high ground by using this flank rotation. So it's nice. You just kind of wanna do it faster.
Mhm.
Okay, you're on the flank again, looking to fight. What do you think about the timing here?
I think it's too early.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I should have waited for the tank now I look at it.
Exactly.
Keep that in more in mind. Because they just immediately turn around like the Anna and Mercy. So yeah.
When you can fight without your tank,
Um.
is there a point of time you could just go on somebody, even though your tank is not there?
When they're isolated,
Yeah, I think
like if they're
mainly.
alone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mainly, exactly. If enemy
So
Anna is here, then,
okay.
and if you know that, then you can
Mhm.
definitely go on her. Yeah, maybe she is, I don't know, somewhere else, like behind this wall. Possible as well. Isolated targets, you can find almost whenever, as the trace especially.
Mhm.
So isolated, fight whenever. Okay,
Okay.
let's keep going.
I'll keep that more in mind because yeah, I think I did it a little too early.
Yeah, here is just
Yeah.
multiple targets, so you need some sort of distraction first.
Mhm.
Simply. Mm. This is kind of close to isolated if she would be in the room. Or
Yeah, I
if she
think I.
overcommits.
Yeah, I think I do chase after eventually.
Yeah, for example, here she is definitely isolated. Well, your team got a couple of picks already, so it's one more
Mhm.
signal for you to go forward. But yeah. What do you think about the pools right there?
I think I could have done the pulse bomb blink thing.
Do you need the
I
pools bomb at this point of time? What do you think?
I don't think so. I think I could have just like went after her because she doesn't have anyone with her. Um, I think that's also another thing with pulse bomb. Sometimes, like, do I hold on to it or do I use it whenever? 'Cause I've heard people say to not hold on to it too long, but at the same time, like, I'm not sure.
Yeah, you don't need to hold on it for sure. But
Yeah.
the point of any ultimate fundamentally is to give you an advantage in a fight. It's just tool which allows you to do that easier. Now,
Mm,
if you look at this fight, who has an advantage currently?
me.
Yeah. we
Oh,
use a red team, you have an advantage for sure. So you don't need that
yeah.
ultimate at the moment. But
Mhm.
there could be a specific point of time when you kind of have that even fight, when you're fighting as 4v4 or 5v5, maybe 3v3. That is the point of time when it's good. Use the ultimate, and you don't have to
Okay.
hold on it, you can use it right away. But
Mhm.
it's just kind of even fight. Yeah, that's when you're thinking about using it.
So it's like that one lesson we had when, um, like, if we have an advantage in numbers and when to use our ultimate.
Yeah, exactly. You can use that as a reference because we
Mm.
went much more in depth. Just you got in the tempo. Yeah,
Mhm.
that is good one to use.
Okay.
Okay, so everything's clear here, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, the fight is kind of over. Looking to deal with that soldier. If we go back to that previous topic, I've been talking about power position before. What do you
Mhm.
think is the power position here at this map?
Power position. Uh, I wanna say the high ground. Because like, the payload is coming, so I feel like it would be, like, on the high ground, and there's, like, cover over there. I know there's a health pack on the right
Hmm.
side nearby where I'm at, like, where there was, like, that hallway, or is it the other hallway? The one below to get up to the high ground?
Oh
Um,
yeah. If you're talking about this here, this.
yeah, there's one there,
Hmm.
and then there's one there. There's,
And
like,
one more.
4 health. I think there's one also down there, right? Like,
And
down?
right there. And also, yeah, it's also on the
Yeah.
stairs. Yeah, exactly. This position here, it gives you access to all of this easily. You're gonna be able to set up those multiple angles of pressure if you need. So that is something you gotta fight for eventually. I just say put the
Mhm.
pressure on. Because sometimes as the tracer you cannot go there exactly. Sometimes you can leverage the card or maybe objective, kind of bait an enemy to push that and get them off those power positions, but this is another story. It's kind of
Mm.
rare thing to do, but possible as well.
So, is the high ground the power position?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
the high ground is the power position, so you gotta be putting pressure on that.
Okay.
That's why it's good if you constantly go up there.
I Was I early again? I'm not sure.
Can you repeat that again?
Oh, was I early again there? I
No,
feel
what do you
like I
think?
let me see.
So it's kind of, yeah, she's sort of
Mm,
distracted, but
yeah.
what do you expect your Ryan to do when
My
he's going aggressive? Like, when do you say he's going really, like, aggro? When he's gonna grab the most of the enemy team attention?
he Maybe when I hear him charging?
Charge. Okay.
Charge.
Anything outside of the charge?
The fire strike.
Fire strike.
Maybe
Can be.
swinging his hammer.
Yeah, that is
Mm,
mainly what you're looking for. Fire strike can be the case as well, but swinging is, that is when you 100% know your tank is in. Your
is
tank is,
committed.
yeah, your tank is really aggressive. It might be that you see that movement as well where they're trying to close the gap. You look at him, but this is the part of the scouting. You scout this information before the fight. So before doing all of this, before going
Mhm.
here, okay, what's going on in the field? So you can react accordingly, not only looking at the enemy team but looking at your team. I think that's should be your
Mhm.
kind of main focus. Oh, it's yeah, usually it's that kind of, you looking at your team, then look at the enemy after, and then engage, because you can see your team
Mhm.
behind the corner
Yeah.
just through the walls, so it's easier to scout when you have this downtime. And then after that, you put your attention, especially when you open up the sightlines
Okay.
with the enemy. Yeah, you put your attention towards an enemy.
So I should wait for my team first. See if the tank is
Yeah,
being aggro.
exactly,
Okay.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. So look at tank first and look at enemy after. We still have some blinks to work with. You switch the position, which is good. And then get this HP back, that is nice too. Now we in, fighting. You fight in
Mhm.
Mercy, and it just seems like slightly early again. But your soldier was ulting actually. Yeah, your soldier is ulting now. So you can take
Mhm.
advantage of it. Just make sure you look around and check though. Yeah, is he distracting? Is he really active? So the first attention is not on you, but on this guy first. Yeah, or
Oh,
like on
okay.
the or and mostly it's about your Ryan, I guess. You have to kind of the ideal time would be Ryan is here somewhere. Probably you can expect. Yeah, you can aim to engage a little bit more. Or spend
Mhm.
some time into searching for isolated targets. So if you know the Ash is here and nobody can support the Ash,
Mhm.
maybe that's the case. You have the good position to fight her, well, go for it. It's possible. Hmm? Okay. Like here it's better. I think your
Mhm.
Ryan is kind of well, he's kind of this he's at least he was swinging this hog, so
Yeah.
that's definitely takes some advantage of. Uh, the
Oh,
attention is not
okay.
on you entirely.
Yeah, because he's moving forward now,
Right.
and
Yeah, I like the switching the angles. That's nice when you play against the sniper, especially. And what do you think about this here?
um, I I think it could have gone closer, but I think it was better than 4. Since I think Brian is doing something there. He's swinging his hammer. They're not
Mm-hmm.
really looking at me.
Mm-hmm.
They're all over there, and Ash is all alone. So I could have picked on her.
Right. If the Rhine is not swinging anybody, is it good to engage this Ash?
Yeah, I think so, because no
Yeah, as well.
one's no one's around her right now. She's all alone. I
Exactly.
think all the supports, yeah, they're all there. It would take a while for them to come here.
Yeah, exactly. So I think this is pretty good. Uh, Definitely taking advantage of the short range so you can get the target faster. That is
Hmm.
that is better. That would be better, but yeah, was decent
Yeah.
timing. If she isolates herself, you can take advantage of that too. Yeah, like that. Kind of. You almost got her, but
Yeah.
we ideally don't want to pick the Bob side lines and maybe disengage after you got her, but it's fine. Okay, let's see what do we do after. You set up here. Cutting this hog a little. Just waiting. Mm. Yeah, here it's the same thing. Again, he's kind of isolated, so you can fight him.
Hmm.
If you notice, he goes towards his team. Well, you can go somewhere else maybe, but he's not as dangerous, and you eventually get him because of it too.
Hmm.
Might get a res. Yeah, it's something to watch out for. Yeah, this
Hmm.
this this kind of second time. Okay. Engaging again. So see, same thing. Multiple people. Not much destruction yet. Don't have to
Mhm.
fight now. Maybe you can go on the life fever, but then you have to be in different position.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're here, then you can fight him because he's kind of isolated. If he is not, if he is down there, definitely have to wait it out. Yeah,
Mhm.
once your tank is engaging, once your Rhine is in, maybe you see certain ultimates as well, like the Life Fever 3, and then we can look to push in.
Okay.
Hmm.
I gotta keep in mind my timing.
Yeah,
Um, okay.
for sure. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I think my mind has been going through, oh, see an isolated target, go now. But I
Hmm.
need to keep in mind of the tank first.
Yeah,
If they're
yeah. Isolated, that is something you can always fight, of course, but
mhm.
keeping in mind if you're fighting multiple members, keeping in mind the timing still.
Mhm.
Like especially here, you see big group of people, you cannot overcommit. Well, maybe because the soldier is isolated now, it makes sense. Uh, Obviously, it's some. It's also about recognizing when the enemy is gonna respawn to you. If you know the specific timing who's gonna come back, then you can be more mindful. Oh, like I have to kill that soldier faster. Maybe I have to be aware, not fight him at all sometimes. But yeah, this is kind of
Mhm.
this point of time. Okay, he's not gonna be isolated anymore because the mercy's gonna be back, so we don't have to blink here and commit, but maybe just blink away, kind of save our
Mhm.
resources. And when most of your team is gonna be fighting, then you fight them again. Yeah, so you will not be using the recall. Recall is mostly
Mm.
just
Yeah.
to get you a kill or to fight when most of your team members are fighting. So it's kind of what that is when you need it, kind of when most of your team
Mm.
is already
So
in.
I should save my recall. Um, what was that again? Sorry. I don't think
Mhm.
I quite understood um when to use my recall.
Yeah. We can go back again. So
Let's try something else.
the fundamental idea is to make sure you use your resources when you get value. Value, let's just say, is the first thing is if you get a kill, or the second you trade a lot of cooldowns. Can you get a kill
Mm.
here? Well, totally not. When you can trade a
Yeah.
lot of cooldowns, when that can happen.
When can I trade? Mm.
Yeah, when you and when your team can trade cooldowns with the enemy, when they can force out a lot of cooldowns. What is that specific time? When this is gonna happen? What do you think?
Okay. I feel like since they have more resources and I don't, is that what you mean?
Right.
Yeah, because there's like three there, and they haven't. Soldier did use his health thingy. What is it called
Right.
again?
Yeah.
But
And
yeah, but there's like more here, and there's just me, and now I don't have any resources, so um I have a disadvantage here. I could have like
mhm.
kind of backed off, knowing that there was more resources on their end,
Mhm.
and wait for my team.
Exactly. So when you should be using your recall.
Um, think
Not
like when
using,
I
but kind of committing. Yeah, committing with
yeah
that when there is knowing that you're gonna be using it. When is the best time again?
yeah if I know I have like an advantage, like let's say the soldier is alone, not with mercy this time, and I'm kind of low. If I recall, I would have my health back, and then I can finish it,
Mhm. Mhm.
something like that.
Yeah,
But
if you can get a kill, if you know
mhm.
that can happen, or if your team is actively fighting, that's it. That is what we've been simplifying to. Your
Okay,
yeah. So if your team is
yes,
in, you can definitely go in with that in mind that you're gonna be investing in recall because that makes sense. You're gonna be actually trading the cooldowns. Now, if you trade,
Mm-hmm.
well, you can trade even without your team. It's just not gonna be as a effective trade. You might use your recall and only force out healing station, or maybe force out guardian angel, which is gonna be not as good because they're gonna get it once your team is gonna be in later. See what I mean here?
Okay. Yeah, because like if I were to recall and my team wasn't engaging, then that's like one less resource. But if I
Mhm.
were to keep it and they were engaging, then we'd have more resources and they can still support me as well.
Yeah, exactly. And you look
Okay.
into force out. You can look to force out more. Your team is already in,
Mm,
like here.
mhm.
They really in, maybe doing a lot of stuff. You're trying, is kind of taking the pressure. It's mainly not only, well, maybe using one more thing. Not only looking at him swinging somebody, but also look at him at his HP. Is he actively taking damage? Is he actively
Mm,
doing something? He's doing a lot of pressure. You usually see this kind of yellow marker in the game. That is when you know the person is gonna take damage. If they're not taking damage, then it's
mhm.
blue. Simply that is in the, well, unless you change the colors. Yeah, I think it should be blue and yellow. That is.
Oh, there's
Mhm.
colors and they're taking damage?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
If you have it in default, it should be yellow. That is when they take damage. If you have it on, yeah, if they so yeah, again, if they take damage, it's yellow. If they not, it's blue.
Okay.
This is fine. The team is fighting. You also going in. You have the recall, so it's okay. Just keep in mind the res. That is something you want to disable.
Mm-hmm. I could have postponed her, did I have that?
Yeah, it can
Yeah.
be. Yeah, if you specifically paying attention to tracking all this defensive abilities, what are the most valuable abilities? Definitely one of
Mm-hmm.
those can be Mercy Rest, so you can disable her. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
let's see. The Widowmaker start up on the right high ground, using the mine down there. That is fine. Going back on up left, looking for early shots, early picks. That is fine. Just making
Yeah.
sure that.
Oh, yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I think the first point is a bit of confusion.
Oh, why is that the case?
I get thrown left and right. I'm like, what am I supposed to do?
Hmm.
I think you'll see it. Like,
Let's see.
I'll be, yeah. Like, I go left and then I go right. And I'm like all over the place.
Mm-hmm. I think this is a decent position. You have good sightlines.
Mm-hmm.
Fight the enemy. Well, you have the range as well. Your mine was down there. That makes sense. You can maybe readjust the location of the mine based on the information you got. So it's again the
Mm-hmm.
first step is scouting, looking at your enemy before the fight
Mm-hmm.
starts. So based on this information, what are the biggest threats? What are,
My biggest threat,
yeah,
probably Widow and Diva. I don't think
yeah,
Cass can really get to me from
yeah,
far, but I do know Widow likes to be um in Maine. That's what they call it, right? Maine.
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
down there.
yeah, exactly.
Um or maybe the if she were to do the flank thing, I could have put a Venom mine on the right side. But I think
Mm-hmm.
since I know she's in the front, I could have just put a Venom mine there
Yeah,
to see where
exactly,
she is
exactly.
at.
See, just a little bit more adjustments because of the information. You use scout, and then you do replace your one of mine. Even there, it's fine. If she potentially goes there, maybe placing it here can also work. Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think If I had put a Venomite there, I would have known he would have done that.
Yeah. Keep controlling this high ground. It's your power position, so it's fine. While you're getting pulled out, it's okay. It's fine, kind of. Just anti-dive, Venomite.
Yeah. There it is.
Yeah. I think this is okay. Yeah, you just keeping those angles in mind, keeping those power positions in mind, playing around those. I think this is good. Just be careful with what are you fighting with. Yeah, if you're fighting the diva, then isolate this. You shouldn't fight here. This Widowmaker. If you're fighting the Widowmaker, then do not be exposed to diva yet. Play your range. Maybe drop somewhere else. Like choose another angle. So, for example, if you're fighting Widow, you can be fighting here. If you're fighting Diva, then move a little bit backwards. Just keep that in mind. Again, it's mostly based on the scout information. It's based on because you looked at your composition, the enemy composition. You know, the enemy composition is really important. You identify the threats. Okay. Can be one more layer just to that previous lesson. You can add something like try to anticipate the threats, try to think about who. Oh, it's kind of similar because we've been saying track big burst, big cooldowns. So yeah, really you can kind of keep it the same way. It's just more about offensive pressure. Yeah, what can kill you, but you can also track some of the defensive stuff too, like their res, maybe a fade, something like that. That's also possible. Maybe Baptiste Slam. Okay. Well, I'm thinking. Do you have any questions so far? Maybe.
I don't have any questions. I think that covered up like a lot of the things I felt like I was struggling with, especially like at the start of this round and my thought process, and then more with Tracer. I have to keep in mind with the timing. I think I have the right idea, but I need to think about my timing and the resources that I have.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. I think mainly if we focus on timing, I think we should get a lot of value. Well, do you have any questions you got in this replay in specific too? Maybe any section you want me to look at as well, or
I think. Let me think. Was there? I think there was. I think at the end, I stay at the same spot, but I was just like, I feel like that's where I should be. Or it was sorry. At the overtime, it was near the end of the second round, like on defense.
So it's around here, right?
Oh, not during overtime. Or sorry, not over the. I think this is like with. I'm still on defense on the previous round.
Oh, okay.
I think that makes sense, does it?
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, near the last point. Yeah, I know they still play Widow. And I had the idea of putting Venomite up there where I know she would be. I think I was, yeah, this part, or around here. There was like, could I have been in a better spot? Because I know she's there, and I do get killed at one point. There's just a lot going on, and yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just okay. Let's just go back a little because the fight was. It seems like the fight was kind of long, yeah. So it's just trying to get the mercy, trying to get the widow while you get killed. But then what's happening after? You guys still fighting. The soldier ultimate. Oh, well, that's when you win the fight, but then what about after? That's when they probably
Yeah.
regroup. Go.
I eventually get shot because I know Widow knows I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think right here. Yeah. But it's like we both know that we're gonna be there, and I've been here a lot. Like, I think I should have been somewhere else.
It's kind of also your Venomine placement. If you know Widowmaker's coming either here from this angle or this angle.
Mhm.
Where do you place your Venomine in this case? Would it be better?
Maybe more inside of
Yeah.
that wall instead of the corner.
Yeah, I think a little bit more
'Cause-
inside for sure.
Yeah. I don't think she would be coming out of her corner or like this hallway as much, and it wouldn't trigger.
Yeah, at least, yeah. Maybe if she's gonna destroy it, then at least you know she's there, so you can react faster and then place across it.
60 seconds.
Getting information,
Mhm.
yeah, getting all the scouting. So kind of keep the cross in the middle. That makes sense if you, well, might expect her coming from A and B at the same time. You can kind of place your crosshair between A and B. But if you know the Venomine is somewhere else, if your Venomine is inside the room, then you can place a crosshair closer to A. There's no point to keep it on B anymore. You can just be mindful about B. Yes, she might come from there, but you will know because of the Venomine. So yeah, I think that is just something to keep in mind.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the question I've had for this part, because we do. I get picked off, and then it's hard to keep up. I think, yeah, we do lose this round.
Yeah, I think that initial pick kind of changed the outcome of the fight a little because Mercy had to razz you, and then the razz is not in the fight, so yeah, all of that makes sense. Okay, well, we could do a live game if you want and just